Namaskara. With great pleasure, I welcome you to the session on financial literacy. Mr. Shailesh Damani is our esteemed guest speaker today. A very warm welcome to you, sir. We would like to express our gratitude to our founder, Ms. Shankar, for giving us this opportunity. Her presence in our lives always inspires us. A hearty welcome to all the members of the foundation. We are happy to have you here with us. Now, I call upon Karthik to introduce Mr. Shailesh Damani.
I take this opportunity to welcome Mr. Damani yet once again. Sir, thank you for sharing your precious time with us. Please accept a token of our gratitude. Mr. Shailesh Damani has empowered individuals to take charge of their finances for over 15 years. His passion lies in educating others on making smart financial decisions, achieving their life goals, and ultimately attaining financial freedom. He helps people with their end-to-end financial planning, reviewing their portfolios, and advising them on several investment avenues based on risk profile and suitability. He conducts financial wellness workshops as well as financial literacy for children in schools. In this session, Mr. Damani will share invaluable insights on personal finance, including how to manage one's money effectively. We are certain we will have loads to take back from this session. Now I invite Mr. Damani to take us forward from here.
Good morning, everybody. Lovely to see you guys here. So, as you all know, we'll talk about financial literacy. I'm sure a lot of you would already know a lot, but I will try to see where all can I help. So let's make it an interactive session, right? It's not going to be a monologue where I keep talking, and we'll do some good activities also. Ready for it? Okay, perfect. Starting here. So understanding money and finance, right? Okay, what is money? Money is come on, you guys need to answer this. Money is sorry, louder please. Resource, okay, what else? A need, a currency, what else? Okay, so I feel, these are valid answers. These are not wrong answers. How I look at it is, money is this. I'm giving you a hint. Money is a terrible master in my view. Normally, what happens is, we make money the master of our lives, right? But if money is a terrible master, then what it is? Anybody wants to take a try? It is what? I'm giving you a hint again. The picture will tell you. But money is not God, no. Making it God is like making your master. Okay. Sorry about this. Yeah. But I believe it's an excellent servant. You need to know how to put your money to use, right? Money should not guide how you behave, how you, work, how your life is. It's just a way to live your life, okay? It's needed to live your life. Moving on. Why money is a terrible master versus excellent servant? Most of the biggest reason I would say terrible master is people opt for unethical ways to earn money, right? Money becomes the prime goal in life, and you do everything wrong. Overworking, right, is another thing. Bribes, unethical ways, and so on. Excellent servant, if you put it to right use, it's definitely needed. Somebody said it's a must. It's a necessity in life. It definitely is. It's just about how you use it. If you use it well, you are the master. Got it? Clear? Okay, moving ahead. Different forms of money. I'm sure you all are aware of this. This is coins, right? Coins, notes, very common. Checks, now, their usage are coming down big time because of the digital platforms. This is online transfers. This is UPI, and this is QR codes. All of you are aware with this? Okay, can anybody tell me what is the difference between UPI and QR? Both are used, we can make payment through our phones, even online, but what is the difference between the two? Anybody wants to take a guess? Yes, ma'am. UPI is not directly linked? Okay, good attempt. Anybody else? Okay, so basically, in both the options, UPI as well as QR, UPI is the underlying payment method, which is called Unified Payment Interface. So whenever you use the UPI method, the recipient gets the money immediately. Okay? Now, in UPI, you can only transfer money. In case of QR codes can have a lot of memory. For example, after the session, if I put a QR code, you can scan the QR code and provide your feedback, right? If you have a phone. It can open some websites. It can contain the information of UPI and so on. So UPI is mainly for payment and it is the underlying in both, but QR is more versatile. Got it? Okay, so moving ahead. Now money is needed for, please answer guys. Louder, louder please. Expenditure. Livelihood. Okay, so yes, I think you're mostly right. Money is needed for all of these things, right? Your school fees, grocery, vacation, whatever you do. Money is needed. I've just listed down a few and then it's needed for many more things. Correct? Now, this is an activity times. Can they get the sheets, ma'am? Yeah, they need to get the sheets. And ma'am, this bag has beans. All of them need to get one packet each. Yep. It's an activity time. You will need to keep your books or pads, whatever you are carrying ready. Both the papers, right, need to be put straight. And then once you get these things, I'll give you the instruction how what to do. But here are some key things that you need to note. You need to put the beans back because the other kids, right, the grade 11 kids, when they have the session, they will need to use it. Don't drop it because each bean, means something for you. You will realize when you do the activity. So each of you should have two different sheets with you. I should not come beyond this area, right? Otherwise it blocks. Okay, okay. That you have one packet of bean. And please check, each packet should have 20 beans. If you have already received your packet of beans, please check that there are 20 beans. It should have 20, but there could be, a chance of some error or something. Okay, and on the sheets, right, there are different sections. Wherever there is a star, like that's a mandatory section, you would see it in the notes below also. So you have to allocate something there. Any different thoughts? All good? You agree money is a terrible master? You don't? Okay, let me know once you guys are ready. You have both the sheets as well as a packet of beans. And beans we need to handle. Okay, let me know if you guys are ready. Everybody has got it? Okay, so now I'll call out the instructions. What you need to do, I think you people have ensured there are 20 beans in your packet. You have both the sheets? Okay, so now put both the sheets side by side in front of you and you need to allocate these 20 beans in all the different categories that are there and the condition it calls out, right? Accordingly, you will need to allocate beans where it says 1, where it says 2, 3, 4, whatever. So based upon what you choose, you will need to allocate those beans. And all the 20 beans needs to be allocated. Everybody clear with this? You need to take out beans and put it there so that you clearly know where you have put what. Okay, any questions so far? Everybody able to understand simple instructions, right? 2 sheets, allocate the beans, however you feel is right. Okay, please let me know once you are done. Okay, are we done? Okay, it's fine. You can take another 2 minutes, think through and put across. Yes, ma'am. More than one option, as in, tell me, show me.
In communication,
Mhm.
what if I have both phone with many long distance?
You put more than one bean, I mean, you can choose more than one subcategory? Yes, you can. So based upon what you feel is right and appropriate, please feel free to put. But the mandatory categories where they have stars, it cannot be missed out. Sorry, come again? Not every box is mandatory. There are certain boxes where you have star on that. That is a mandatory. Rest is your choice. In that, you have to choose something. In the rest, it's your choice. How do you allocate it? Okay, basically it's your individual decision. So it is best that you think through on your own and do it rather than discussing. So it's completely your own decision and discretion. So your neighbors will not be helpful in that case. Okay, I hope you guys are covering both the sheets, right? Not only the one sheet, there are two sheets. There are two sheets, both needs to be covered. There are different categories in them. No, then unstaple that. Ideally, there should be two different sheets. That's why I said, put both the sheets in front of you. Because you cannot put everything in one, right? Makes no sense. Unstaple it and then do it again. Yeah, just pull that across, yeah, pull that out. So remember both the sheets. You have to put both the sheets in front of you and ensure that the beans are allocated on both the sheets depending upon how and what you feel is the right way, is the right thing. Yes, whatever you feel comfortable. As long as your teachers are fine, I'm fine. Yes, ma'am. Like any other thing in life, there's a time to it. We cannot, go on with this. So, on the last 30 seconds. Last 30 seconds. Yeah, at least one subcategory from the start category that you have to pick. All done? Girls in the second row, still not done? Okay. Okay, we need to get moving now. Okay, all done? Okay, now you guys can turn around, look at me, and I'll tell you further. Don't disturb them as of now. Okay, turn around. I think we need to get going. Girls in the second row, girls and boys. Yeah. Okay. So you have allocated the beans in the compulsory category, the star category, right? In the other categories also. All done in both the sheets. Okay. Now, still waiting for some of you. Once you are ready, I'll tell you. Sorry, come again. Okay, guys, there's a time to everything. Okay, so now, let's say you have allocated your beans, right? Depending upon how you felt is important and what is right. Correct? So now, let's say there is an accident. There is an accident and you need hospitalization, or somebody in your family needs hospitalization. And you need to allocate 3 beans. You need to allocate 3 beans there. If you have health insurance, you will not allocate anything. Insurance will take care. If you have not allocated to health insurance already, please allocate 3 beans. From your existing, you need to move 3 beans for health insurance. It's an emergency. So hospitalization is non-negotiable. You need to allocate 3 beans. If you have health insurance, rest, relax, you need not do anything. That takes care of everything. Okay? So maybe you can put those 3 beans separately if there is not a category for, emergency or something. If there is no category for emergency, put 3 beans separately. But that's something that you're paying for hospitalization for not having health insurance. If you have health insurance, just relax. You can ignore what I'm saying. Okay, done? Okay, if you're done, you need to turn around so I know that you're done and we can move ahead. Now you need to think through also where do you need to pick it up from, and the star category cannot be 0. You have to allocate to one of the subcategories in the star category. Okay, how many of you had health insurance? Please raise your hands. All of you? No, how many of you had health insurance, had allocated to health insurance? Already had health insurance. I mean, the first allocation you had allocated to health insurance. Wow, smart kids, ma'am. You guys have got very smart kids. Lovely, lovely, okay. Those who have not, please allocate. You have to take it out from somewhere and put it for the hospitalization. If there is no emergency category there, put it separately. Clear? Done? Anybody who's still doing it? Third bench? Third row, please. All done? Okay. Okay. Now, you have a gadget. You have a gadget and that's broken now. That needs repair. You need 3 beans. You need to allocate 3 beans there. So now what you can do is those 3 beans also you can utilize what you had moved for health insurance in case you didn't have health insurance. But otherwise you have to allocate 3 beans. Your favorite gadget is broken. Yes, because see, this is 20 beans that you have. You have to allocate it based upon the situation. So let's say if you had health insurance, you didn't touch anything. All 20 were like that. Now the 3 you need to allocate because your favorite gadget is broken. If there is no category for this, keep it separate like the health insurance thing. Okay? If there is a category for gadgets, you can add there maybe. Yes, please. No. This is beyond warranty. Not everything covers under warranty. It's electronics and gadgets, right? Yes, definitely. Definitely. Anybody who doesn't have any gadget, you can relax. This doesn't apply to you. You are fine. If you do not have any fancy gadgets, you need not bother about the 3 beans. For the rest of you that you have to allocate. It has to be repaired. And as somebody said, warranty, it's beyond warranty. Warranty has expired. Okay? Sorry, come again. Or you have to get another gadget. You want another gadget? No, if a gadget is there, it needs to be repaired, right? If it has stopped work, you have to repair it. See, you are living with that gadget, right? Now that's broken. You need to repair and you need to allocate. You need to take out the beans from wherever possible and allocate there. If you buy a new gadget, then perhaps you have to allocate more beans. So good question. If somebody says, I don't want to repair it, I want to get a new one. If that is the case, you need to put 5 beans for that. Sorry? It cost 1? Okay. In that case, sorry, then they take it as your car breakdown. If the category already says something, then take it as a car breakdown. If you do not have a car, don't bother. Though this is something which is beyond your insurance thing. Okay? And here you have allocated money only for health insurance. You have not allocated for car insurance. Right? You have? All of you have? Okay. Still imagine it's a situation which is beyond it. But if you have allocated, that's being smart. Okay, everybody done? Everyone done? Allocated? Anybody who had difficulty in allocating? From where do I pull it from? Please tell me. Okay, you put being very honest, I appreciate that. Anybody else? I'm sure a lot of you were struggling. You need to call out, okay, what was your experience? Yes, ma'am. She did not know where to take it out from, okay? That's a very, very good point. Yes, please. Louder, please. Okay, whatever you thought was unnecessary, you didn't put anything there. So you already had enough? Okay, lovely. Anybody else who had faced issues in allocating? Your car broke down. I appreciate the vacation answer. That's being honest. Who else? Okay, so if you are done with this, now insurance is taken care of. Now let's say you have got bonus. You have got some bonus. So you have got 2 extra beans. Now where do you allocate it? Assuming you have 2 extra beans, where would you want to allocate it? That's your call. That's completely your call. So, okay, imagine it's like this. The situation has got over. It's a new situation and you have got extra bonus from your employer and you have got 2 beans. Now, where do you allocate it? Yes, please. Whatever options are there, they are there. I mean, that's the universe that I'm providing you. What is a liability coverage? Basically, it's an insurance. Liability coverage is an insurance. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Come again. Yeah, that's what. See, basically, that's what it's saying. Now that you have got 2 beans, and the option only you have in beans, you have to see where do you allocate it.
So I'll save 10% of my income.
I got it. What I'm saying is, now overall, those 2 situations that I gave are over. Now you have 2 extra beans. You have to take a call, where do you allocate it? Or let's say, if you had moved from some category to another, but now the situation is you have got 2 extra. How do you allocate it?
I'll buy my own vehicle.
That's up to you. That's up to you. You need to allocate in your sheet what you feel best, right? Somebody said they will put in the category they pulled out from. Somebody said they will put into savings. It's your call. Completely your call. Sorry? No. You only have 20. You only have 20. Okay, are we done with this? Some of you are still working. Once you turn around, I know it's done. Okay, so what did you people do with the 2 beans? Okay, one by one. One by one. What choices? iPod. Savings. Repair the car. Buy a car. Okay. Recreation. What else?
Transportation and insurance.
Transportation and insurance. Okay. What else? Savings for retirement. Lovely. What else? Cricket. Vacation. Okay. Somebody at the back? Liability insurance.
Bought a new house.
2 beans bought a new house. This is too much.
I had
Who is it?
some here.
Who is it?
I had some saved.
Okay. Lovely. So that's a beautiful thought. Any other options? People chose any other options? Bought a car. Okay. Investments. Fixed deposits. Guys, you need to be clear and loud so that I understand what you're saying. REC bonds. Okay. Okay. Lovely. So we are done with 2 bonds. Okay. These 2 beans. Now there is a last situation where your friend is celebrating his or her birthday in a good location, you need to travel there and you even need to take some gift for him or her. And wait, don't get too excited. Don't get too excited. And you have to allocate 4 beans to that. If you have to go there, you have to allocate 4 beans. Okay, wait. Now, it's a very, genuine thing that a lot of people are saying, no, I won't go. But assume it's a close friend, it's a good destination, you need to go and you need to gift him or her. So, in that case, you have to allocate 4 beans. Now, allocate 4 beans for that.
What if you're using public transport?
Whatever you use, 4 beans will be needed.
What if I've already allocated it?
You cannot be so mean. Cannot be so. Yes, please. What if you walk? From here to Goa, you will walk. Here to Rajasthan, you will walk. Let's be reasonable. I appreciate your points. Somebody wants to walk, somebody wants to take public transport, somebody doesn't want to go, gift. Whatever be the situation,
Sir.
the situation is you will have to allocate 4 beans.
Sir.
I already
Sir.
have
Yes.
the car and the gift. So
You already have the car and the gift.
yeah,
Now imagine still there is something that 4 beans will be costed.
so I have to
Sir.
take away 4 beans.
God ignored. Sir.
It's different friends, different locations, no carpooling, no gift pooling. Does that make it clear? Now 4 beans you need to allocate. Okay? Yes, please.
Sir, we've saved up so long, sir. We'll use our savings, sir.
Up to you. Up to you, absolutely. If you have savings, if you have beans in your savings, put away from there. Not a problem. Basically, you have to allocate 4 beans there. Whether you put from savings, if you have in savings, or from other categories, that's up to you. That's completely your call. But I want you to understand that this is a situation that has arisen, and you need to allocate 4 beans. I appreciate all the interesting and innovative thoughts that you guys have. And a lot of time we think that way. But sometimes, despite all that, we have situations that we really can't get away with. And you have to spend. It could be as something like, family, somebody's wedding in the family. Right? You can't avoid that. So just allocate. Once you are allocate, please let me know. Done? Allocated? Super. Okay, guys, are we done? Okay. So anybody who was not able to pull out 4 beans? Okay, 1. Anybody else? Please be honest. I appreciate your honesty. Another 1. Okay. Anybody who had difficulty pulling out from some categories? Which one? Okay, from the travel and all. Please be honest, guys. Tell about your experiences. What else, ma'am? Anything you faced? No issues? You could allocate 4 beans? From the food you could have to cut down? Okay. Yes, ma'am.
From the recreation.
From the recreation. Okay. Okay, what else? From savings.
Because he's a close friend, he'll cook for you.
Lovely answers, but that doesn't help. It's a life situation that has happened. Okay. I think these were the 4 scenarios I wanted to cover. Yes, please. You got purse? 4, okay. Okay, lovely. So you all can take your seats, put the beans back. But basically, see what it happens is, now these 20 beans, right, represented like 20 lakh rupees in your salary. Okay, yearly salary, not monthly. Annual salary, and how you allocate is completely your decision. How much you allocate in food, how much you allocate in travel, recreation, gadgets, cars, all up to you. You use public transport, you use less beans, you use your private cars, right? You pay for fuel, you pay for insurance, you pay for everything. You put 4 beans, correct? Take your seats once you are done. Take your seats so that we can get started. Okay, please take your seats once you are done so that we can get started. We need to cover a lot. So yeah. Okay, everybody has settled down. So yeah, pay attention now. What I wanted to cover was, assuming these 20 beans or 20 lakh rupees, your annual salary, and these are different categories. These are different categories and subcategories based upon the choices you make in life. How do you allocate? For example, somebody using public transport, just one bean, right? And somebody own car, brand new car, paying for gas and paying for, insurance and everything, it's 4 beans, correct? So now, same money, but each one thinks differently. But what remains common? That money is a finite source. You only have 20 beans. From that, you have to manage. Sometimes there is a friend's wedding, friend's birthday, sometimes your car or gadget breaks down, sometimes hospitalization, sometimes, you have bonuses. So life throws different scenarios at you. Now, those of you who had, let's say, invested in health insurance or car insurance or had enough in savings, that was a smart thing to do. That means you were prepared. You were pretty much prepared. Those of you who had put, let's say, a lot of it in recreation, a lot of it on vacation, a lot of it on gadgets and cars, definitely had difficulty distributing them, right? This is a real life scenario which tells you about how do you budget, what is the importance of savings, unexpected expenses, emergencies, right? Difference between needs and wants. I have a car, but let's say I want a Mercedes car, correct? So there is a no end to want. Once I have a Mercedes car, I want a Jaguar, correct? So it keeps on growing. Basically, the whole idea of the activity was to tell you your resources are limited, income is limited, expenses keep arising, savings, insurance has their very key role, and each one of us will have our unique needs and demands. Clear? Does that make sense? Yeah, somebody had a question? Any questions here? Okay, so I hope you get the concept. Now moving ahead. Today you are getting money through parents, lovely, in the form of pocket money. Correct? Okay. The only way that you will be getting pocket money is either, money is either pocket money or some relatives or somebody giving you. So basically, want to call out what are some smart principles, of deploying your money. So basically, 10% of all you get should go to charity. It should. Why? I'll tell you why. So somebody said a profounding no, and that's fine. Because what we might think today is, we already have so less. How can I give it to charity? Charity doesn't mean you just donate it to any XYZ cause. No. Charity is something that you help somebody who's really in need, genuine need. Correct? It's not to get the tax deduction. Okay? So why charity when you think your pocket money itself is less? Because all of you, including myself, your teachers sitting here are all privileged people. We are at a decent place. We have a decent standard of life. We have a lot of resources at our end, right? But there are people who doesn't even know what pocket money is. There are children who don't know what school is. A lot of people still struggle with food. So we need to have that compassion with us. That okay, we need to help people. And to the cause that is closest to your heart. Not for the tick mark sake. Clear? Now I hope you understand the importance of charity. That was my idea. Okay, now 25% save. Save for yourself. This saving is not to give it to somebody else, but save for yourself. As you saw in the activity, whatever you saved helped you, right? You were easily able to allocate from savings. So saving is something that will really help you, and it's a beautiful habit to have. And then is 65% feel free to spend. This is the principle that you should start with for now. This of course changes as you grow, depending upon your different life situations, but charity and saving should not go away. The percentage can just change here and there, but this is extremely critical. Any questions? Yes, please. Up to you, up to you. I'm just giving you a thumb rule, which is good to adopt. Clear? Okay, moving ahead. Now, what would you save? Just tell me. Quickly, you can tell me if you had 1000 rupees per month, what would you save it for? Sorry? Trading. Okay. Trading. What else would you save it for? Insurance? No, but you don't need insurance now. Your parents take care of that. Right? You want to invest? Your parents are not taking care of that? But if you want to invest, you want to invest for what? Sorry? Stocks. Okay, trading, stocks, RD, mutual funds. Okay, you want, no, see, these are the instruments you are investing in. I am saying, what is it? What is your end goal? RD, FD, trading, stocks, these are different tools. But what is it that you want to save for? So that teaches you goals, goals. Your goal is extremely important. For example, you all are in 9th grade, right? You will have a goal, I will go to this college, I will do this qualification, I will become this, correct? That's a goal. Similarly, for money, you need to have a goal. Make sense? So RD, FDs are instruments. Yes, please.
Maybe save to buy something that you really want, but like, maybe your parents aren't allowing you to get something and they're telling you to save it so you can buy it for yourself in the future.
Absolutely. So basically some goal you have. Maybe some gadget, some clothes, something for yourself, right? Could be anything. That's the end goal. Now moving ahead, savings. I think we just spoke about savings, but what I want to call out is, what is the old way of savings? No, I'm referring to this. Piggy bank, I know. But what I'm referring to is income minus expenses equal to savings. Agreed? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is what we all have learned. Correct? But there's one challenge with this. You know what? No. We are not going to depreciation, inflation for now. We are just talking about savings. Sorry? Expenses and income can keep varying. But see what happens is, a lot of time, for example, if you take people have fixed salaries, right? So let's say for 12 months it is fixed. Your income is fixed, but your expenses keep on going, correct? So what happens is, a lot of days, people even of my age and older still struggle to save sometimes. So what is the best way? I call it the old way of saving. The new way of saving is, income is fixed minus savings. Put savings first, right? Put savings first and the rest is expenses. So basically from the principle that I told you, if you take it out for charity and saving, whatever left you know that you have to manage your expenses in that. Correct? Otherwise, expenses will keep going up. You will never have enough to save. Right? So this principle is pay yourself first. It's a principle called pay yourself first. And savings is a great habit. Do we have a whiteboard here by any chance? No? No, it's okay. Okay, otherwise I wanted to show you something about habit, but that's okay. If you don't have it here, we'll move on. Budget. Why do we need to have a budget? I'm not talking about Nirmala Sitharaman's budget. Why do we need to have a budget? Allocate, okay. Any other answers?
To set boundaries for us.
To set boundaries, okay. So that you don't hit a 6? So that you don't hit a 6? Okay, to set boundaries between our expenses, right? Okay. What else? Prioritize. Absolutely. Some beautiful answers. And basically to differentiate between your needs and wants. So budget tells you, this is important. You people can note it down if you want. A budget is telling where your money should go, rather than wondering at the end, where did my money go? I had enough money. I got my money. I had enough of it. It will vanish if you don't have a budget, right? A budget is something that puts you in control. If you want to have a control over your money, your finances, don't think it is applicable only today because you have less money. Even when you grow up, the company that I work for example, they have a revenue of like 5 lakh crore Indian rupees. They still budget. So you budget so that you don't overspend, and there's a clear distinction between wants and needs, because needs are limited but human wants are unlimited. Clear? Okay. Moving ahead. Smart things to know and do. I told you budget, right? Budget is super important. If you get into this habit, It will help you throughout your life. Second is save early. Save early, start saving from now. You understand the importance of it. You will realize the importance when you need money for whatever small or big causes, right? Use money wisely. Just because, let's say, some of you might have a little more money or less money. Just because you have little more, you spend all of it, just get, too impatient. What do I do with this money? It's just lying idle. Do not spend recklessly. There will be needs, there will be times, and you will appreciate that you didn't spend recklessly. Then there is cybersecurity. In today's age, you need to be extremely mindful because we are online all the time and payments are all digital, right? Online frauds are very common. So do not click on those, unknown links. Do not share your personal details. You need to be very mindful of this. Otherwise, it can wipe off your savings, your money very easily. Then is goal setting, right? Goal I spoke about. That goal is super important to have in life. So saving money, trading, all that is fine. Those are instruments. What is your end goal, right? That will help you. Only because you know when your goal is, you know how far or close you are to the goal and what do you need to do to achieve that goal. Clear? So goal setting, not only in financial world, in every aspect of it, this is something that will help you. Have a goal for yourself. Difference between savings and investing, right? You all know savings. Somebody said depreciate, it will not appreciate in value. Absolutely right. Inflation and all comes. This comes here. When you invest, it is like you planting a seed, right? To grow into a tree. It has a potential to grow a lot. But then savings is meant for immediate needs. But what happens is you invest only out of your savings. So savings is the first step, right? You can't put all your money in investment because savings, what does it do? That means your money is very liquid. It's very readily available when you need it. Investments are sometimes meant for long term. They are not to be disturbed. Got it? Difference between savings and investing? Guys, please speak up. Yes, no, maybe?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Moving ahead, banking. Banking is the backbone of any economy and definitely a very important part of finance. Some banking products you need to know. There are many, but I'll tell you few. Savings account, current account, then there are this credit cards and loans. These are the key bank products. There can be 10,000 more things that they sell, but this is the core of it. Savings account is for people like us. Current account is for people who are into business. So basically it's for businesses. Credit cards, it's a credit card everybody is aware, right? So banks issue credit cards where you can use their money and pay on time, and then loans, correct? Banks give you loans. Yes, no? So these are the key banking products. Now, what are the investment avenues with bank? Savings bank. We all know savings bank. Okay. Recurring deposit. These are the avenues from where we can earn something. So savings, recurring deposit, fixed deposit. These are the key. Again, bank can come up with 10,000 different things, but that's not the core of it. Clear? Okay. So moving ahead. One of the easy ways to get money is, you need to answer this. Trading, okay. Working hard, okay. But I never thought working hard is the easy way to get. You yourself are saying, right, working hard. Ask parents, okay. This answer I always receive in all the schools. Investing. Easy ways to get money is investing. Only you invest when you have some money. It's not an easy way to get money. It's a way to help your money grow. Right? Sorry? Being employed. Okay, what else?
The relatives give money during festive occasions.
No, but that's fine. But that's not something you can go and ask today you need money, right?
No, they'll give it off like that only.
Wow. He has beautiful relatives. Okay. Yes. Parents.
If you have like real estate, you can rent it out.
Real estate renting also is not that easy, right? Sometimes it can be a challenge also. But yeah, I think valid points. People have given examples from what they feel. Yes, please.
Gambling.
Gambling. Okay, that's extremely flawed, I will say. Gambling, you can lose everything. Forget about getting everything. Huh? You might. There's always a probability, correct? But you can get wiped off also. Okay. So One of the easy ways to get money is borrowing. You borrow from your parents, you borrow from your friends, colleagues, you borrow from banks. Correct? You borrow from financial institutions. So people... No, that's what I said. These are good answers that have been given, that you work some part-time job to get money. But getting those, is a good way, not always easy. Borrowing is one of the ways which feels very easy, whether it's from your parents, right? Somebody said relatives, right? Sometimes you take it from your friends, colleagues, whatever, or banks. Borrowing is very easy, but borrowing should be best avoided unless you really need it. Because what happens is when people grow up and borrow money, they get into a debt trap, right? So you have to pay interest on that money. The money doesn't come easy. And if you do not pay it, there are consequences for that. There are penalties for that. And a lot of time, people just borrow mindlessly and they get into a debt trap, which is very difficult to come out of. So therefore, understand that borrowing is only when you really need it, when it serves some purpose. Okay, you need to answer this. What is this? What are these? 7 wonders of the world. Beautiful. Beautiful. You are right. These are wonders of the world. These are 7 wonders of the world, correct? Now, what am I going to talk about is? I am going to talk about the power of compounding. This is called the 8th wonder of the world. It is the 8th wonder of the world. And you will see how and why. But it is said one who knows this compound interest earns it, and one who doesn't pays it. Okay? So this is extremely, extremely powerful and works really well in case of borrowings and investing. And that's why you will see how what I was talking about when you get into a debt trap and what this compounding can do. So moving ahead, how compounding works. This is a clear example of how compounding works. Assuming you have 10 lakh rupees today, and that 10 lakh rupees grows at a rate of 12%. That means you earned 1,20,000 out of it. So this becomes 11,20,000. Next year, you start with 11,20,000, that grows another 12%. And that becomes 12,54,000. That becomes your opening balance for next year. That is the whole concept of compound interest. So if you see in 10 years, this 10 lakhs has grown into 31,05,848. So this is the magic of compounding. So I'm assuming money is growing at the rate of 12%. Anybody who's not clear with this is extremely important that you need to know. Anybody who doesn't understand this or want me to explain? Yeah. Okay. So basically how compounding works, I have invested 10 lakh rupees today at a rate of 12%. That means 1,20,000 I'm earning. That 10 lakh plus 1,20,000 becomes 11,20,000. That closing 11,20,000 for first year becomes my opening balance of second year. 11,20,000, now I earn another 12% on that. It becomes 12,54,000 and so on. In that way, if you see in the example, this 10 lakh has become 31 lakhs. Clear? Got it? So this is the magic of compounding. That is a sum of money, if it compounds regularly at a decent rate, it can grow into a phenomenal amount. Got it? Okay, we'll do an activity. If you have not understood, you'll not be able to do it. Okay? Moving ahead. So see how time plays a role. Now same example. 10 lakh, if it works for 30 years, this amount can become 3 crores. And this is like pure maths. The same compounding thing keep working and that amount converts to 3 crores. Now the beauty lies in time. If you see in 25 years, this amount is just 1.7 crores. 1.7. And in 30 years, it will become 3 crores. Because compounding works very well with time. You need to give it time. Correct? So the last few years, the more years you add, if you add another 5 years, the amount will be even higher, much higher. But now let's say, if my money is growing at a rate of 14%, not 12%, but I give it only 25 years instead of 30 years. Here, if you see, I have given it 30 years. Here, if I am giving it only 25 years, this amount is just 2.64 crores, lesser than 3 crores at a rate of 12%. Why? Because I have given it lesser time. So compounding needs time. A rate of growth is important, but time is super important. Clear? Everybody clear here? This is an extremely important concept which is really applicable in the world of finance and investing. Got it? Okay. Now, it's an activity time. Please take out your sheets and paper and pencil, whatever, and do this. 10,000 rupees you are investing today at a rate of 10%, that is 1.1, becomes 11,000 at the end of first year. You need to calculate the value in the similar fashion at the end of 10 years. At the end of 10 years, you need to calculate and tell me what is the value that will be there. Let's get started. We are actually running a little late. So if we can get going. Come again. Growth rate 10%. 1.1 is 10%. Growth rate is 10%. 12% meant 1.12. 10% means 1.10. Clear? Everybody clear? Let me know if you don't understand. I can walk you through. But let's do it fast. You need to calculate for next 10 years. What will be the value at the end of 10th year? Anybody who's not clear, please feel free to ask me. There's no shame in asking questions, but this is extremely important concept. And if you are clear, let's calculate. Yes, ma'am. 10 years. 10 years. You need to calculate the value at the end of 10th year at the rate of 10%, growing at a rate of 10%. That's why I have put 1.1. In prior example, it was 12%, so it was 1.12. Ten years. Yes, please. No, you don't have to apply the formula. You have to do it line by line the way I showed you. That's why I said use the exact approach that I used. A shortcut will not work. No formulas. I want to see it line by line. How money grows each year, how compounding is further applied to it, and what is the net effect. How much? 27,000. Anybody who has got the answer? Around 27,000. I know. Okay, which is fine. Anybody else who has got the answer? At the end of 10th year. At the end of 10th year. Value at the end of 10th year. This is the first year compounding I have shown. You need to do it for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. At the end of 10th year. Okay? Once done, let me know. 29,000. Okay, so here is the answer. The value is 25,937. Those who got 27,000 still fine, because at least I know without a calculator and doing it fast can be a challenge. But this is the calculation. This is how you should do it. Right? So yeah, this is the calculation now. The reason why I said do not use formula, because formula is a shortcut. You might know the formula, but money will not grow with your formula. Money will grow with time, and it needs patience. And patience and perseverance are the best things that you need to have, right? In terms of your discipline in life, in terms of investing, right? Patience and perseverance will pay. That's where you need to wait. First year becomes second year becomes third year, not put a formula and get the value at the end of 10th year. Clear? Everybody clear? This is an extremely important concept. Okay. Now, I just want to show you. See, the difference is, when I spoke about compounding, I said one is time, super important. The other important thing is rate of growth. So, 12%, 14% difference I showed you, right? Even with 1% delta, let's say I'm investing 25,000 per month for 25 years. If my money grows at 12% versus 13%, The delta is a whooping 92 lakh rupees, which is 4.7 crores versus 5.6 crores. This is the delta of 1%. So you need to understand how critical this calculation is, how important is the rate of growth, and what is the significance of time. And the third important factor is how much you are investing. Let's say if you invest just 1,000 rupees per month, you cannot expect a sum like 4.7 crores or 5.6 crores. Clear? So time, rate of growth, and the amount invested. These are super critical. So 1% delta can also have a huge impact. That's why when people invest, they normally go for financial experts who can guide them to get some better returns consistently. This is about consistency. It's not 1 year you got 13 years, every year you got 13%. Clear? Okay, moving ahead. Things vital to money. Anybody wants to take a shot? What are the things vital to money? Nobody? Okay, I think I spoke about them. Time, interest, I spoke about innovation. Innovation is another thing. Why innovation is so important? Today, everybody is able to handle their bank account from their phones, right? People are able to trade. A lot of people interested in trading in stock market, right? You can do it through your phone. You can pay through your phone. Nobody ever imagined a few years ago. A thelawala will take 10 rupees payment, scan and pay, right? So innovation is key. That helps finance to grow and it to reach to more and more people. These are the key things which are vital to money. What are the investing thumb rules? Something that is applicable for you. I've just kept some of them. Law of 72. Anybody knows law of 72? Stock market people, trading people, raise your hands. Do you know it? Okay. Something we'll be really interested in. It says, how fast will my money double? How fast will my money double? So let's say, if you are investing in stock market and if you are able to generate a return of 12% every year, so 72 divided by 12, your money will grow double in 6 years. Clear? Those who are very conservative want to live with only RDFD, 6%. So 12 divided by 6, 72 divided by 6, 12 years it will take. So this tells you how fast your money will grow. The rule, law of 72. Clear? Yes, please. Okay. Moving ahead, then it says, rule of 1273. Anybody knows? Rule of 1273. 12 basically I just covered. 12 is the basically expected rate of return when you invest in stock market over a long term. 7% is for FDs, RDs, bonds, fixed deposits, all of those stuff. Where you want fixed, where you want more of safety. 3 is for your savings account. If you let your money just be idle in savings account, you will earn 3%. That's a thumb rule. Okay? So these are good to know for our, all financial literacy purposes. Now what is it like to coming to school if I don't cover A, B, C, D, right? So what is A? Asset allocation. Anybody who doesn't know what is asset allocation? Raise your hands. Raise your hands higher. I would expect a lot of you to not know about it, which is fine. What is asset allocation? It basically says when you invest, you should invest in all asset classes like stocks, debt, gold or precious metals, real estate. Right? That is asset allocation. B, budgeting. Cannot emphasize enough. Budget. Get into this good habit of budgeting. C, compounding. Eighth wonder of the world. D, diversification. Sorry? So that's the same thing I said about asset allocation, right? Then what's the difference between asset allocation and diversification? Louder. Okay, anybody wants to take a shot at this? The difference between, yeah, please. No. These are not sources of income. Okay, let me tell you. It might be difficult for you guys. Asset allocation says that you should invest, when you invest, all the money that you have should be invested in different asset classes based upon your risk appetite, goals and all that. Diversification says, let's say, you choose to invest in stocks, don't put all your money in one stock. Invest in a portfolio of stocks. Diversify your risk, right? We all have heard of this saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Diversification is that principle. So these two things are different, asset allocation and diversification. Clear now? Okay. E, emergency fund. All of you saw in the beans activity, sometimes we'll have emergencies. No matter how innovative we think, we'll have emergencies, we'll have challenges. How do we manage that? If you have an emergency fund, that is the best cushion against all of that. Now, what is F? Financial goals, correct? Without a goal, you can think of RD, FDs, trading, whatever, but you don't know what you will do with that. G, growth. There is nothing if the money doesn't grow. Finance is all about growth, money and growth. Habit, 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 habit. It says, first you make your habits, and then your habits make you. So get into some good habits, right? Like savings is a good habit. Investing is a good habit. Charity is an extremely good habit. Get into these habits because compassion is equally important in the world, like your own personal growth and own goals. I, inflation. Do you guys know what inflation is? All of you? Anybody who doesn't know? Okay. So this is F2I. Now I'm not covering beyond I. Why? Because that's something that you need to figure out. From J to Z, put it down as your homework, that you will figure it out when you get a chance, that when we talk about A to Z of finance, what is it? Okay? Okay, I'll play a short clip.
इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल, गैस बिल, मोबाइल बिल, हो गए इस महीने के सारे पेमेंट्स।
अभी तो हमारी इनकम के साथ हम सारे बिल सेटल कर देते हैं, पर महंगाई इतनी बढ़ गई है, फ्यूचर में कैसे होगा?
कल के लिए आज से प्लानिंग करनी जरूरी है, वो भी ऐसे प्लान के साथ जो हमें टाइम के साथ बढ़ते हुए रिटर्न्स दे।
पर कोई ऐसा प्लान है?
ये पॉसिबल है HDFC लाइफ क्लिक टू अचीव के साथ। मानी आप पे करते हैं 1 लाख हर साल आने वाले 10 सालों के लिए, तो आपको मिलेगी अप्रोक्सीमेटली 16,000 की पहली इनकम अगले ही साल से, और ये इनकम हर साल 10% इंक्रीज होगी अगले 40 सालों तक। यही नहीं, आपको आपके पे किए हुए प्रीमियम का 200% रिटर्न भी मिलेगा। यानी आपने दिए 10 लाख और आपको मिलेंगे पूरे 39.37 लाख। इस प्लान में आप अपनी जरूरत के हिसाब से ROP यानी रिटर्न ऑफ प्रीमियम अमाउंट, लाइफ कवर अमाउंट, यहाँ तक कि अपने इनकम पाने की डेट भी डिसाइड कर सकते हैं।
तो आज ही चूज कीजिए HDFC लाइफ क्लिक टू अचीव
और अपने बढ़ते खर्चों को बढ़ती इनकम के साथ मैनेज कीजिए। टॉक टू आवर स्टाफ टुडे।
Okay, everybody saw that? Now, how many of you think it's a good investment? You would want to go for it? Raise your hands, please. Please raise your hands. Feel free. How many of you think it's a good investment? Don't feel shy. Okay. Okay, right? Sounds pretty good. That's why you think you should go for it. But one thing that I want you to know and understand from this age, this time itself is, insurance is not investment. It is not an investment, right? Insurance, dictionary meaning, what you have learned in your school, it says risk cover. No matter how fancy it is not an investment. These are two different buckets, insurance and investment. From insurance, all you should expect is risk cover. If something happens, whether it is health insurance, life insurance, any other insurance, if something happens, you get a claim. Otherwise, that money is paid to cover that risk. That's called premium. Clear? So, most of the time, right, insurance is always packaged as an investment. Oh, wow, expenses are increasing, we'll give you increasing payout and all. But if I do the calculation and tell you, right, that policy that they were talking about had a return of 6%. And inflation is more than 6%. Got it? So that 6% is actually designed to fool you. So get this thing extremely clear. Insurance is not an investment, no matter however we sell it. But basically what you need to know is, what are the different types of insurance? Life insurance, health insurance, general insurance. Correct? In life insurance, you have different term, endowment, money back. These are all different names. Only what is really relevant is term plan, which is like pure risk cover. Others are just meant to make a fool out of you. Correct? Only the insurance company and the agent gets rich, not you. You feel that you are getting so much of money at different stages, but the devil lies in the detail. When you calculate the rate of return, it is 6%. That's all. A lot of plans, it will be just 5 lakhs. Other thing is health insurance, extremely important. So there are some basic plans, there is some critical illness, disability. Critical illness is like, let's say somebody has cancer, somebody lost their eyes, hands, legs, whatever. So that is critical illness insurance. Sorry, that's disability insurance, my bad. That's disability insurance. Critical illness is like somebody got cancer, right? Some serious disease. That's critical illness. Clear? Then there is something called general insurance, like home, vehicle, business, all that you do, that falls under general insurance. So these are the key categories, life, health and general. And again, remember, insurance is always packaged as investment and sold. I'll tell you one more secret. When an insurance person or a bank sells you an insurance policy, right? The first year premium, a lot of people nowadays pay lakhs of insurance premium. The first year premium, they get 20% out of it straight away. So let's say you pay 1 lakh rupees premium, 20,000 is paid to them as commission in the first year. It goes down in the years, but they make huge money out of it. Clear? Make sense? So if you were always anyways thinking insurance is an investment, no, it is not. Inflation, I think we already covered, right? That inflation, what it does, it increases the cost of things. So something, let's say, that cost you 10,000 today, for example, your household expenses, next year without any change, if it cost you 10,500, that means 5% was the inflation. Nothing else changing, right? It basically erodes the value of money and reduces the purchasing power. Clear? Anybody who doesn't understand inflation? Okay. Some suggested readings, I would say, if you want to note it down, some of these books, these will really help you improve your financial and money quotient. My favorite is Atomic Habits, because habits is everything. That's why I put it in bold. But a lot of other good books, if you have interest and if you want to learn more. Do you guys have questions? Some questions? No questions? All good? Whatever has been covered is good? Okay, tell me one thing. How many of you get a budget from your home, from your parents, when you go for shopping? Raise your hands. Lovely. Lovely. So there are some of you who do not get, but a lot of you do get. So do you ensure that you are able to sustain your shopping in that money? Or you face some challenges and your parents have to pitch in? Please be honest. Sometimes, right? Okay? Because I'll be surprised if you say you are always able to manage in that. Louder, please. You need to be louder. I'm not talking about the pocket money. I'm talking about when you go for shopping, do you get budget from your parents? Let's say shopping for clothes, for shoes, for... You do. And do you always manage in that budget? Okay. So basically, it is very good that a lot of you are getting budget. For those of you who are not getting budget, please ask your parents to give you a budget based upon how much they are comfortable with, so that you learn a very important life skill of budgeting in real life, right? So you will know that your sources are limited, and of course your wants can be unlimited when we go to these fancy shops and all. You will learn to budget. You will learn the value of money. So those of you who are not getting, please request your parents for budget when you go for shopping, whatever they are comfortable with. Okay? You had a question, ma'am? No? Okay, are we good here?
One question. Like, is it better to invest in like high percentage for low, like 1 year or something, and low percentage for a long period of time, let's say 10 years or so?
Okay, so his question is, should I invest a higher percentage for short term and a lower percentage for long term? Absolutely, you can do that. So basically, he's talking about goals, right? So your investment should always be goal based. So based upon what is it that you need, let's say after a year, or something what you need after 10 years or 20 years. Based upon that, we figure out what is your goal amount. And based on your goal, you save. Right? Like for example, you need to go from here to Goa. You know, if you go by flight, it will take 2 hours. If you go by road, it will take 7-8 hours, right? If you go by train, it can take even 10 hours, right? So depending upon the vehicle that you use, the goal that you have, the risk appetite that you have, we invest according to that. But what I understand from your current situation, there will be a lot of short-term requirements. Yeah, so it makes sense to allocate a larger portion for short-term goals. Makes sense. Yes, please.
What's the need for asset allocation? Why can't we just invest in one thing, and why do we have to?
Okay, lovely question. What is the need for asset allocation? See, basically, again, the concept of do not put all your eggs in one basket applies here also partially. Let's say if you invest only in stock market, right? And if you do not invest in other asset classes. Now let's say the stock market has crashed now. Whatever positives that I was seeing, all the gains have turned into negatives. Now what do I do if I need money? I will have to sell them at a loss. Correct? So different asset classes, that means your equities, your bonds, which is fixed income, FDs, RDs, gold, land, all behave differently at different point in time. So basically what asset allocation does is it reduces risk and gives you better risk adjusted returns. So now when stock market is down, let's say debt and gold are doing well. So if you had invested in them, you will gain there. Got it? So asset allocation is super important. We should never just get into only gold, only land, or only stocks. Never. Yes, please. More questions? No more questions? Okay, then I'll cover some more content. Okay, asset classes that I was talking about, equity. When we talk about equity, it simply means stock market and it refers to stocks. Okay? Equity is an asset class. This is the general, language that is used. Normal jargon that is used, that's equity. That's called common stock of the company, common shares of the company. Debt, all fixed income. FDs, RDs, bonds, debentures, warrants. These are all your debt. All come under debt. Then you have real estate. All your property, land, flat, whatever, that falls under real estate. So commercial property as well as residential. Then you have gold and precious metals. There are other precious metals like silver, platinum and all, but there is nothing that beats gold in terms of its value, in terms of its acceptance, in terms of its growth. Okay? And then we have something called alternative assets. What are alternative assets? Anything that falls beyond these four traditional asset classes are called alternative assets. And nowadays we have cryptocurrencies also. You would have heard of Bitcoin. That's a cryptocurrency. So it is still not considered an asset class, but it is gaining a lot of importance. In India, it is still not very much recognized. Therefore, I've still put it there, that cryptocurrency is something you should be aware of what it is, but don't go and invest in it. Clear? Okay, moving ahead. Stock market fundamentals. Anybody interested in this? Stock market fundamentals? Okay. Oh wow, lot of people interested. Lovely. So first is, what are stocks? As I simply said, stocks simply means business. You are representing business. The stock price is just representing the value of a business. Correct? In very simple terms. I will go very high level in the interest of time. Fundamentals of stocks. What is the potential of the business to grow? Right? Is it coming up with some breakthrough technology, some innovation, or what is its order book like? What is its earning per shares? What is the revenue growth? Right? How soon is it able to convert its receivables into cash? These are all fundamentals of stocks, which is the first step when you go into stock markets. You need to know the fundamentals. Technical of stocks. Stocks move in certain patterns, right? So there are charts, there are graphs, there are a lot of those tools that are used. Those are the technicals of stocks. Then there is market capitalization. Anybody knows what is market cap? So many people interested in stock market. Anybody knows what is market cap? Okay. A market cap basically means, let's say if my stock price is 10 rupees and I have issued 1 lakh shares. As a company, I have issued 1 lakh shares. That means my market cap is 10 lakhs. 1 lakh into 10. So number of shares issued into the market price. So this market cap can keep changing. Got it? Everyday stock prices move. Clear? This is market cap. There's something called market cap to GDP. This is applicable for an economy. Total market cap of all the companies divided by its GDP. Right? Basically, this is an important ratio to know when you get into stock market. Free cash flows, no matter how good my business is, no matter how much sales I do, no matter how much growth I show, how much profit I show, doesn't matter if I'm not able to convert it to cash. Right? So the business should be able to generate cash and they should have some free cash flow. That means after getting the money, after paying for everything, there should still be money left for investing, for business growth, right? So for different purposes, and that is called free cash flow. Then there is PE and PB ratios. Anybody knows what is PE and PB ratios? Okay, this PE is called price to earnings ratio. What is price to earnings? A company is earning 1 rupee per share and the stock price of that is 10 rupees. That means the price to earning is 10 rupees. What I am trying to say is that for every rupee of the company's earning per share, I am willing to pay 10 times of that. Clear? It's a little complicated concept. Just wanted to touch upon this. So for every rupee of earning, how much am I willing to pay? For 1 rupee, I am paying 10 rupees, right? That means PE is 10. What is price to book value? Now, earnings is one thing. Book value is what? All your assets divided minus all the liabilities and divided by the number of shares. Tell me what is my book value. So let's say the book value of share is 5 rupees and the share is trading at 20 rupees. So that means the price to book value ratio is 4. 20 divided by 5, right? That is price to earn. I don't expect you all to understand this. This is just for people who are interested to know about stock markets. Okay, another 3 minutes. Q&A? Any more questions here? Yes, please.
Sir, so let's say I owe a person 10 lakhs, so I'm in debt of 10 lakhs. So if I take 10 lakhs or 11 lakhs from another person and give it to the person I owe 10 lakhs, can't I just keep the 1 lakh and then keep doing the cycle again and again? Is it possible?
See, these are tactics which a lot of people try. Doesn't really work. It can work in short-term time frame. It can work at times, but that's not something that you should be focused on doing. When you have borrowed from somebody, please make sure, whether it's a friend, family, bank, institution, whatever, you pay on time, because what that builds is credibility, and in financial parlance it's called credit history, which is extremely important. So your credit history says, when you need money the next time, will I be willing to give you or not? Only if you have a great credit history. If I know, like you said, I take from him, I give it to him, it's like called topi baj. Iski topi uske sir. Only your credibility, your credit history will go down. Okay? Please, more questions? Yes, please. Mike, please. Okay, louder. You need to be louder. It's very hard to hear.
So if you want to invest if you want to invest more money, then you told that you need to give more time. But what if you invest the same money in less time?
Okay. So basically, yeah, the magic of compounding works with time. So if you want the compounding to work for you, you have to give it time. There is no magic wand. For example, you tell me, you are a finance expert, can you make my 10 lakh into 1 crore? No, I'm sorry. So basically, for investments to grow, you need to give it time. And you need to be consistent. And what I said, what is extremely important is patience and perseverance. Right? Yeah. There is no magic wand. Okay? Yeah. And yeah, please. Okay, see, cryptocurrency is something which is gaining a lot of traction. A lot of people, we read a lot of news, the value has crossed $1 lakh also. The challenge with cryptocurrency is there is no basis on what the value is being derived. It's only a lot of, I will say, rumors and a lot of influencer, big influential people like Elon Musk getting into it. But what drives the value? For example, in a stock, if I say the value of Reliance stock today is 1200 rupees, 1300 rupees, there is a reason behind it, right? There is a value it is generating. There is a potential for the stock to grow. They are earning so much, right? And their potential to earn is so much. But crypto, how is it coming? Where the value is coming it from? It's all gray areas. Extremely volatile, extremely dangerous. So that's why I brought it, so that you people know it. It is best avoided. Okay? Yeah, any more questions?
Okay, let's say I have 1 crore right now. So according to you, which is the best investment? Suppose I invest in like a 3 BHK a flat in, let's say, in central Bangalore, or should I invest in an FD or an RD for like 8% per annum? Or stocks, which is like, I can split it into many. I can split it into Reliance, IRCTC.
Got it. So yeah, good question. This is a question which I get from all adults, people with a lot of working experience, people elder to me also, all come up with the same question. It is not about ki paisa abhi kahan dalna hai. It's not about where should I invest now. It's about what is your goal. If you have 1 crore, let's say what is your goal. Based upon your goals, we allocate the money, and based upon that we choose. For example, in your case, let's say your goal is 2 years away. You invest in a real estate property, right? Under construction or even ready property. Under construction property, you might not get the delivery also. Even if it is a ready to move in property, you might not find a seller when you need it. Correct? And real estate needs time to grow. So 2 years you expect appreciation, it might happen, it might not happen. And it is very difficult to find a seller when you need it, right? And liquidity is super important. If your goal is 2 years away, now you really need money after the end of 2 years. And there are no buyers. And let's say people like somebody like me who knows, oh, he's in need. I will make it a distress sale for you. You bought it for 1 crore. After 2 years also, I'll ask you to give it to me for 90 lakhs or 1 crore. So it is always goal based. What is your goal? So only based on goals, we decide where you should invest, how much we should invest.
Suppose every month I want quick cash. Suppose, so like 3 BHK can get like 80,000 per month for rent or something, and then stocks I can pull it out whenever I want. So, and suppose it's a high rising stock like Nvidia.
Okay. There is no stock which can give you a guarantee that, it will keep rising. Nvidia stock also dropped with a deep sick thing, big time. Today, if you have invested in Indian stock market, it is down. So basically, stock market investment should be long-term thing, right? So you think, okay, you put the money 2 years, you need this money, Nvidia has risen. You can never, it's extremely hard to predict which other stock will go up like this, and when the market will come crashing, and when the corrections will happen, right? So do not think of it like this, short term that, I see this happening, is going to happen. No, nobody can predict the future. Otherwise, we all will be God. It's always goal based. Based upon the goals, we choose which asset class should we invest in. And that also depends upon your risk appetite, your current financial situation, your liabilities, your constraints, a lot of those factors. Okay? I think we are already at the top of the hour. Yeah, yes, ma'am. Okay, so see, with mutual funds, people need to understand one thing first. Mutual funds are not an asset class. I said equity, stock, right, debt, these are asset classes. Now, stock market. Now, what does mutual funds do? They invest in equity, they invest in debt, they invest in gold, and they invest in real estate also. Assuming your question is for equity mutual funds, right? Now, they are an excellent tool to invest, excellent tool. Just that, there are 10,000 mutual fund schemes today. You need a help of a financial expert to tell you which scheme will work for you. And then if your goal is, let's say, at least 5 years away, you should invest in those equity mutual funds. And then there's something called annual review. That review will ensure that you are on the right track, the fund is performing as expected, right? It is still a market leader or it's become a laggard or whatever. So based on that, we invest. So equity mutual funds are an excellent option. They are managed by experts. If you have a right time horizon, at least 5 years, equity mutual fund is fantastic, but best to go for guidance so that you know that you are on the right path. Okay? Yep, I think it will be time for another class. So, okay, thank you. One last question. Okay, last question I'll take and then we'll end this session.
Sir, what do you think is financially smarter to do? Like buy a house in the middle of the city, but it's 30-40, or buy a house like a little further away, but it's like 50-60.
Okay, so buying a house in the heart of city is always a very expensive affair. It has a higher potential, but then you need to see what is the price that you are paying for it. If it has, let's say, if it has already appreciated quite a lot, it might not appreciate that way. And what happens is all the businesses go in cycles. So let's say last 6-7 years, if the property prices have gone up too much, then you might see some stagnation for next few years, right? At the same time, on the outskirts of the city, you buy a bigger plot, and if there is a potential for it to grow much faster, then it makes sense to invest in that. Make sense? Okay, thank you guys. Thank you so much. It was very nice to conduct the session. I hope there are some takeaways that you people have, right? Some saving, some investing, some principles, basic principles. Lovely. Thank you so much.
Namaskara. On the behalf of the Brigade School at JP Nagar, I extend my gratitude to our distinguished speaker, Mr. Shailesh Damani, for sharing his valuable insights and expertise with us. Your knowledge and experiences have provided us with information and inspiration. We are truly honored to have you here. We thank Ms. Shankar, our founder, and the management for facilitating this event, which has been an informative learning experience for the students and the staff. A sincere thank you to the dignitaries for their motivating presence. We thank the technical support team for ensuring all arrangements were in place for the smooth running of the event. I thank the venue staff for providing us with excellent facilities and support. Your efforts have made everyone feel comfortable and welcome. Thank you once again for your invaluable contribution and participation.